Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to our Barotrauma run. I just had a bit of a thought. So, for those out of the loop, or, well, you know what, just as a bit of a quick catch-up, we want to buy a new dude. Specifically, I want to get a security guy, because I want him to be able to free access the front compartment of my ship, with his security pass. Now, we've sort of just been hanging around these outposts. Now, this is a mining outpost. Engineer, mechanic, and assistant, right? I think there's a theme to this, so I started having a look around. These are like habitation outposts, mining outposts, but this is a military outpost. And I think that might be the closest one. We can't draw a direct line to it, but it's 2 steps away. So I want to actually head to that place and potentially pick up a security dude along the way. So that's 2 missions away, so I wonder, what have we got on offer here? Killing a Moloch? Killing a Hammerhead. You know what? The Molochs... Look, sometimes the Molochs glitch a little bit, they get caught on things, and then they turn out to be a bit of an easy kill. But when they're on, and they're operating, I hate them so much. They bash you around so much. So I think we might go with the killing a Hammerhead mission. Now as far as supplies go, I think we're sitting pretty. I can't be 100% sure. I did a bit of a reorg, you might recall, on the last episode. Just moving things around from compartment to compartment. And I think we're probably sitting pretty. Flamethrower, that's pretty cool. Even with the glue and the bandages and all that sort of stuff, I think we should be okay. So I say we take the Hammerhead mission, we move back out. Like, we haven't really moved too deep into the rings, but that's not neither here nor there. Look at that, breeding grounds. I'd be curious to see what these hives are like. But I want my security personnel, and I really think that's going to be the quickest way that we can get to it. So we're going to give that a bit of a go. Alright. Loading. I have enjoyed playing this single player and that. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind playing it multiplayer to a point, but I have the same issue with it that a lot of people do. The price point's ridiculous. It's like $50 to buy this game. That's a tough, you know, for 4+ mates to all pick it up. That's a tall order, no matter how you want to sort of spill it. We're gonna go operate reactor on. Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry while I just set this up. We'll get Pete Mungo on the top gun. Get Virgil on the bottom. Right. Virgil will also say is our medic. Rosendo, we will get you on leaks as well as general repairs, so we shouldn't be leaking. Taiwan, we'll probably put you on leaks as well, if we're being perfectly honest. When it all goes really sideways. And Pete, God help us. Let's give him repairs. Damage systems, mechanical. No, I think that's just broad everything there. But we'll put him back on the gun. Alright, cool. Away we go. Yeah, and have a look at my channel as well. Like, I'm an indie signal booster. You either spread yourself thin or you become an expert on things. So some games that are particularly popular on my channel because there is a demand in the market and it's not being met. For example, single player Barotrauma episodes. Like, there's enough demand that I can keep putting out episodes, and I'm happy to just be that guy. I do the same for like Stationeers and all that as well. But for the most part, I play a lot of different games frenetically on my own timeline. What I'm getting at is, it can be quite difficult for me to line up a whole crew, especially for a game that's so expensive, and that works against Barotrauma. I understand they have their own financials, But man, they need to cut the price of this game in half if they really want to foster a multiplayer community around it. It doesn't help that it used to be free in the previous build as well. So like, you create this faction of people that are a little bit bitter and twisted. Sorry, I just believe that's the right terms for the, well, you know, it seems cruel, but what I'm sort of saying is they've had a taste of it for free, and now they're asking an entry fee. So yeah, you do get people that would be bitter on the back of that sort of realization. Why aren't you both on your guns? So yeah, I think they've mishandled the multiplayer a bit. Which again gives way to why it's probably popular to see single player on my channel. Because there's a whole bunch of you that forked out bloody $50 for this game, and you can't always get a crew together. Yeah. Anyway, just some thoughts. Bit of a rant. Don't know where I was going with it. I suppose the core of what I was saying is that's why I don't really play this multiplayer. Because you need an energetic crew of mates to play with. To really... Like, if I wanted to be a multiplayer Let's Player, I play some games like Sea of Thieves I play with all my mates. Because we love that game. We really enjoy it. And if you want to get that not manufactured sort of everyone having fun, everyone's got to be enthusiastic. Oh, here we go. It's on. Get on the leaks. Mate, how easy was that? What leaks, she says. Oh, we got company. Get someone on medical. Don't need medical? Okay. Yeah. So that's the other thing. And because it's such a niche game, it's sort of small as well. Like, I suppose setting up collabs and all that would be difficult. I haven't really looked into it too much. I think... Oh, is this going to be a dead end? It bloody well is. But the truth of the matter is, most of the people watching this seem to enjoy me struggling with the bots and just playing single player, so... you know, that's kind of what they're here for. I would be curious if it would be a totally different audience that would want to see multiplayer. Because the other thing, like, if we want to go into it, I'm an expert in my own field, right? Which is indie game coverage and showcasing and such, right? But as far as, like, watching people play games with their mates and all that, I'm just a consumer like everyone else, right? And one thing I just don't understand and can't really stand is there'll be blokes, it's just a bunch of in-jokes with their mates, you know what I mean? No one thinks it's funny except the four blokes playing that game right there, you know? And I struggle to find the appeal from watching a group of people play together, unless they've got, sometimes they just have some massive chemistry. Who am I thinking of? I was gonna say Russian Badger, but no, I don't think that. Anyway, can't think off the top of my head. But like, I find it actually really rare that you can have a dedicated group of blokes that play together, and it's kind of entertaining in its own right to watch them for, you know, for the laughs, for the lols, because a lot of the time, like I said, yeah, it's just a bunch of blokes with their own inside jokes, and you're sort of on the outside looking in. But that's just, hey, look, that's just me. I'm not trying to bash. Maybe some people really love that sort of stuff. Oh, we're doing alright. Did he just latch onto my car? No. Plus, I mean, there is another consideration. Like, I do this for a job, for a living, you know? Hang on. Leaks. Get on the leaks. I'll discharge just in case. Oh shit, we are filling up. Uh-oh. We're getting heavy now. We are sinking. I don't think I've seen anyone go past yet to fix this. Passive, autopilot, maintain position. God, I'm gonna need a suit to go in there. That one will do. There we go. Alright, let's get you back on the reactor. Get you doing repairs. Oh geez, big leak up on the roof. Repairs, get back on the gun. Anyone need medical? He's given first aid. Oh, look at that. We've come a long way, I think, as far as smoothly handling bots. Back in shape, very good. Back on the gun. Repairs. Any leaks? We shouldn't have any leaks. Alright, back to repairs. Alright, here we go. Let's get back up. So, in case it's not clear, we started losing upward travel because essentially we became a giant ballast ball, right? As soon as you start filling up with water, it gets too heavy. It gets too heavy for us to actually sort of to be buoyant enough to go up. So that's sort of why we ended up crashing down there, and I sort of just shut it down and took over. But yeah, another thing on the multiplayer, which I find interesting, because I'll skulk in the Reddit forums and all that. There does seem to be like a healthy bunch of people sort of, you know, hey, I want to play this, you know. It's actually kind of heartening to see the amount of people that are forming pickup groups where like being mates outside of the game seems secondary to having a passion to play this game. And then sort of just going out on your own and making new mates. It's kind of cool to see that, because I think most gamers, you know, you gravitate towards your own core group that you already know, and you try and get them on the game, or try and all work together in that. But I guess if it's for the true passion of the game, there's something to be said about picking the game first and then finding a social group that fits that game second. The Sea of Thieves example I'll give, because as much as that's an awesome game when it's going, it's almost halfway to a Discord server in a way as well. Like, you can sit around on the boat and just chew the fat with your mates. So it's actually a really good game for exactly that. If you and your mates want to just sort of hang out and play, but you also just sort of want to chew the fat. Whereas this game is pretty hardcore, and I would think there wouldn't be a lot of, like, it'd be probably pretty serious playing this multiplayer. Not a lot of time for the super social. But again, I don't play it multiplayer, so I don't know for certain. Are you gonna move, or? Well, that's... Oh, you reckon we can... dock? Give me the dock button. Oh, give me the dock button. Go on. We're so close. Dock. What, are we stuck? No, no, no. God damn it. There we go. Spam it, baby. Alright, cool. That mission went quite well, actually, and quite quickly. I think if we're fast, we could probably get another mission done. Nice. Pay the man. Any chance they're selling security men? Assistant, captain. So I could buy another captain. What is that about? Because... Or a medical doctor. Now the thing about having another captain is that they should have the security pass as well, right? Initiative. They're good at helm. Crazy. I like that. No, you know what? I think we'll continue along. What are we on? A habitation outpost. Oh, sorry. No, we'll hit this military one. Terminate a swarm or explosive cargo. I'll take the explosive cargo because it should just be a point-to-point then, right? Should be pretty straightforward. As opposed to if we had to get a swarm, we might have to go off the path to do that. And we're already trying to do a double feature in one episode, so we'll have to squeeze in. Again, I wish I could save it like as a preset or something like that. Get out of my way. Right. Medic. And then, I guess backup repairs makes sense, right? Let's go. I gotta undock, you idiot. Alright, rock and roll. We're all over it this time. Yeah. The other thing, apparently this game is supposed to be like, what is it, Space Station 13 or whatever, I think is what it's called. I missed out on that phenomenon, but I know enough about it. I've watched Seth's videos and that to realise that, God, that would have been fun to really be part of that. And I feel like this might be a, they're attempting to be a successor. So maybe on the larger subs, if you can get like 20 or 30 blokes in there, and then like the trader mechanic and all that makes sense to me then. But I obviously play on this much smaller, more intimate scale, I suppose, which lends itself to single player. I wonder how you'd go running a giant ship in single player. I don't think it would really work. I think the way that I'm playing in single player only probably works on this small scale. But credit to the game that it accommodates kind of for both, right? Like there is still a loop here. The bots are stupid, but they've come along. You know, there's been a lot of effort into overhauling them and working with them. So I get the impression that the way I'm playing it is a secondarily intended way to play, but probably a surprisingly popular way, again, because people's, you know, gamers be gamers, you know, they struggle to make friends, and like I wonder if the social multiplayer component that this is supposed to be, I wonder if it's almost a secondary way that people actually play this game, just because it's so difficult to get such a big crew going. And don't get me wrong, I'll probably get plenty of people going, no, I've gotten crews together and had no problems, and I get that, But I also wonder if you are still the minority, the guy that actually plays this game as intended. I wonder if there's a lot of people that just play this on their own. It's hard to tell, because you'll never really hear from those guys, because it is a super minority that even comment on videos and engage. And I'm not judgmental of that, but when you speculate about these things, I think you have to consider that as a component as well. That there's a silent majority. But yeah. Oh geez, we're gonna have to thread this. Something big's coming behind us. Oh shit, something really big's behind us. Come on, fix the frigging leaks. Yeah, we're sinking. Oh. Alright, at least they're on it. Oh god, I hope we don't get too jammed up here. Alright, finally, we're starting to drain out. That's good. Don't think anyone needs medical, that's good. Good, we're not jammed, because that can happen. Yeah, we're carrying a lot of water in the top there. God, you can feel it, it's sluggish. Really? We're supposed to jam through here? Can it be done? What have I done? Have I made a terrible mistake here? I feel like I have. Let's back it up. I mean, did we slip through this hole too far? I can't. I'm very confused. How come? Come on. We came through here. I need you back on the reactor. Alright. Oh my goodness. Did you hear something groaning then? Can we squeeze in here, perhaps? Uh-oh. How big is that? Don't do it to me, game. Alright. At least it's opened up a bit where we are. Oh. I would be curious about, actually, is the people that watch this, because obviously this series is still going strong. There's an interest for people to watch it, and I'm forever thankful. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making them. But I'm curious, what other games do you guys play? I'm not necessarily, because not all games lend themselves to being on YouTube as Let's Plays and that. Like, I'm not necessarily trying to farm information for what to play, though I'd be open to suggestions. But I'm also curious because I probably don't accurately represent the core of who is interested in playing Barotrauma hardcore, for example, because I play everything. I'll give any game a go, essentially. Except bloody visual novels more and more. I'm curious what you guys actually play. Say Barotrauma is your favourite game that you play at every opportunity. What else interests you? Or what did you play before Barotrauma existed? I'd be actually really curious what the core base looks like and what their interest is. Oh, this should be a straight shot. This is pretty cool. Man, getting 2 missions in, and hopefully a new security chief. And he can be my dedicated leaksman. So we'll try and get one with high... what would be the stat for repairing leaks? There is no stat, if you think about it, actually. Like mechanical, you have a statistic that dictates how long you repair for. But the welding thing is literally like a hold right click, hold left click interaction. Oh, that's interesting. So now look, Tywanda's running around. And I've only got her on reactor and leaks. And yet she's running around doing repairs. And I think that's got to do with their initiative. I believe the higher their initiative, the more they will do their own thing, regardless of your commands. Which is interesting. Come on. Uh-oh, going in hot there. Alright, look at that. 2 missions in 1 episode. What an absolute blinder. Alright. In we go. And a bit of a rant about multiplayer and my thoughts on it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not God, you know, my rule isn't law. Oh, look at that. So that's a city. I wonder what a colony city looks like. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with musing about these sort of things. And if you guys have any sort of counterpoints, I'm always willing to hear them. I like to hear what other people have to say. Here we go, security officer. Look at this. I was bang on the money. Alright? Danko. That's a pretty good name. He's got big initiative, big weapons. Yeah, see, like... I don't care about any of these stats. Mechanical, electrical. I want this guy to melt holes in my hull. Like, or you know what I mean? To like just weld. That's all I really want. So I guess high initiative would be the thing. Oh, look at this. Summer Chapman with 96 initiative. That might be the go. Well, look, we'll hold off. If you have any thoughts, you know, jump on the comments and let me know, because there is a window where I'll be able to read the comments before I make the next episode. That's just sort of my rhythm, so if you've got any particular preference as to who I should hire, but I think in summer might be the go. Having said that, it may well re-roll the people available when we reload into the next save. Alright team, thanks again for joining me. We might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.